Hi, and welcome to your course tour video for business math. I'm your instructor, Renee Jones, and I am going to kind of show you around the online area where you will turn in your assignments, where you can check your grades, where you can get in touch with me. So when you first log in, it's going to look like this, and you will come here on the home page. That's what's going to show up. There's kind of some information right here, and if you, the video will appear right here after I get done recording it. So if you are watching this, then congratulations, you're one step ahead of everyone else because you will know what you are doing. Next, down here below, I have just a word about technology. Basically, that's have a backup plan. If you're any of my other courses, then you've heard me talk about this before, but something is always going to happen when you're about to turn in your work. There's going to be a rainstorm, your internet provider is going to have issues, Cengage is going to have issues, you can't log on to Blackboard. So just have a backup plan, know your options and how you can do it. I once had a student who took her final exam sitting at McDonald's because her Wi-Fi went down. So she got in her car and she drove to McDonald's real quick, and that's where she took it. So always have a backup plan and know what you're going to do. Then I have just a little, I like to always put information about why math is important in life, and it has a few things, just little, an article. And you know, this is math, and math is math. There's no getting around that. So you just have to kind of read and practice. Math is math. I mean, you're not going to get better unless you practice. And everyone seems to be kind of afraid of math, but the more you practice, the more comfortable you get with it, the better you're going to be. If you don't practice, then it's always that thing that you're just not quite sure of. So if you have any questions, you know, I'm here for you. You can call me, you can text me through the Remind Me app, you can get in contact with me, and I'll discuss that in just a second. Okay, so this is your homepage. This is your launching area into this course. The next is going to be your syllabus over here, and this is going to be up the entire semester. And you will need to look at your syllabus. It gives you information how to get in touch with me, my office hours. I spend part of my time in Monticello because I teach on the Monticello campus, and I spend part of my time in McGee because that's where I am based. That's where my classroom is, my permanent classroom. And so I will be traveling between the two campuses. I have office hours on both campuses. So if you need to get in touch with me, we can set up a time to meet face to face, or we can actually do a video call, or whatever questions you have, we can get those answered. It shows you the book that you're going to use. This is the book that we're using. However, you don't have to purchase a copy of the book. You can, but you will need to purchase a copy of the Cengage MindTap Unlimited code. If you are planning on being in this program next semester, then your best bet is to get the yearly code because that's for a whole 12 months. So if you have any classes that use this in the spring or the summer, you can use the same access code. It's a little bit more expensive, but not by that much. So that information is right here with the ISBN numbers on page 2. Then it has our policies and procedures. You'll need to read over those. My specific policies and procedures for this program, and a copy of the tentative schedule, a calendar of events, and when the final exam is going to happen for this class. So the next thing, after you've looked at your syllabus, you can print it and download it if you would like to. If you haven't been using that, you can see it kind of goes away and comes back. So if you don't see it right away, just kind of wiggle your mouse around and it will show back up so you can print it or download it to your computer. The next thing that I'm going to show you is the Course Cafe. This is, I call this the gathering place. When you're wanting to just discuss something that's not related to the class, like your weekend or something funny that you heard, or just, you know, because we're an online class, we don't have that face-to-face interaction that you would normally have, like the beginning of class and after class, where you can talk with your peers. So this is kind of a way that you can meet. So you'll create a thread, and this gives you a little information about what you can talk about. Your subject, you actually type in your subject down here, and then you would submit it down here in the bottom right corner, and it will get posted on the Course Cafe page, and your other peers can look at it. So I always recommend when you log in, going to the Course Cafe, see if anybody's posted anything interesting. And if not, you might want to post something interesting. The next step is there's also the course question corner. Now, this is very similar. You would still create your thread the same way, but the course question corner is specifically for facts about this course. So if you are having problems doing a specific assignment, or if you are having problems logging on to Cengage, or if you're having problems, or if you have had a problem logging onto Cengage and you found the answer, then this would be a good place to post it. Without fail, I have students asking me the same question, like 20 different students asking me the same question over the course of a semester. So this is a way for you to answer each other's questions. And I will be looking over this periodically, actually quite frequently. And if a question has been answered and none of the other students have, or asked and none of the other students have answered it, then I will answer it on here. But I would prefer if you guys talk to each other. Actually, this is worth 100 points. You will need to post in the course question corner either a question or a reply to a question 10 times over the course of these next, of this semester. So if you're replying, it needs to be an intelligent reply, not just, yeah, baby. I mean, it needs to be something that gives help, gives information. The next thing, and this is where you're actually going to be spending most of your time in this course, is in your weekly assignments. And it's going to look somewhat like this for you. I'm going to turn on my student preview because mine looks a little bit different as the instructor. So right here, make sure your pop-up blocker is off. Cengage, when you go onto Cengage, it will open up another tab at the top. If your pop-up blocker is not turned off in whichever internet browser you're using, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, then it will not come up. And so you'll need to, if you're not sure how to turn off your internet browser, the pop-up blocker, Google it, and it should have instructions. There's quite a few different internet browsers, and I can't give instructions to each one, so just Google how to do it on your computer or iPhone or iPad, whatever you're using to access this course. Now, there are some assignments in the Blackboard, in the Cengage Now, that are going to show up that I did not assign. If you do it, great, you just got extra practice, but there will be no grade assigned. So make sure you're starting from Blackboard. When you're going into your courses, make sure your starting point is in Blackboard. If I didn't assign it, if it's not showing up in Blackboard, then you just did extra work. All right, so keep that in mind. Over here on grades, you can actually look up what grade you are getting, and if the assignment is not listed under grades, then there's not going to be a grade given, even if you've done it. This right here is a link to your book once you've signed up. It will pop up. It will look something like this. It's an ebook. This is a copy of your full book as well, and as you open it, you can go to the different chapters, and you will have a forward and a back, and you can turn the pages. You can also download the Cengage Unlimited app to your phone or iPad, and it will look something like this. And so when you click on it, it will look like this. If you can see that in that's the Cengage Unlimited. And you will sign in with your username and your password. just like you would when you create it, when you're logging in your access code. You'll do the same thing here, and then you can actually download the whole digital book onto either your phone or your iPad. And it works for, if you don't have an iPhone, you can still download it onto your phone. And if not, you can use your computer for the digital copy. So I have this due date here as well, so that it's a quick reference. It's right here in your weekly assignment area module. You'll have the syllabus agreement test, so you'll have to read the syllabus and come take this test. The Remind Me login, this is the way I communicate the most often. I'll send out text through the Remind Me, and if you have questions, you can text me on Remind Me. You can click this link and it will take you directly to it, or you can text me this at this number and I will get it as well. Or you can actually go to remind.com and look for that information, or look for courses from me. This is actually the quickest way to do it, is just click the hyperlink and go. But depending on how you're accessing it, that could be, if you have any questions, call me, okay? And I've given you my number, or email me. This is an assignment that you have to do in the first 2 weeks of class. This is the pre-test. This is your best guess, okay? This is not going to go into your grades for this class. It's how I assess kind of where you are. So don't spend a whole lot of time on it. Just kind of look through it and use your best guess for that. And then we will have a post-test that will have the exact same questions, and then we can compare them at the end of class to see how much you've grown in your mathematical skills by the end of the semester. And then it just starts with week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You will have, when you go into week 1, they're all going to be set up relatively similar. You have study videos right here. So you can launch these study videos, and these videos were created by the person who wrote the book, so it's not going to be me on the video, but you can watch these over and over and over until you get it, and you can practice with him. And if you're still not getting it, of course, you can always come to me, but these are just there so that you can just watch it, and it's concentrating specifically on that section. So each section in the chapter has its own video. All right. We can go back out to week 1 through up here. It also has a PowerPoint that you can open and look through. And then you have a graded practice test. You have 3 attempts. So, and it will take the highest score. So if you do it the first time and you get a 49, you can rewatch the videos, and then you can take it again. And let's say you get a 68. You can rewatch the videos, and you can get an 89. I mean, you know, so you have 3 chances to take this, and it will take the highest grade. So if you get an 89 the second time and you want a different grade, you know, you want a higher grade, you take it again and you get a 62 because you weren't paying attention to the questions. Then it will still keep your highest grade. And they are random, so they regenerate each time you take it. However, the same is the end of chapter test. It does the exact same thing, but you only get 2 tries on that one. It will still take the highest. And that's kind of the way that it is. Right over here, like I said, this is where you can check your grades to see what you've made on each of those. And message me right here. And it's kind of like having email inside Blackboard. And I check these mostly every Monday. So if you haven't heard from me for a second, you might want to email me just on my regular email, or send me a text through Remind Me. So if you have any questions, just contact me and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. All right, let's have a great semester.